Hey, it's Pizza Dude Man. Well, it's about time we talked about the Grinch leak. I've been pretty much scheduled out, so I'm coming onto this topic super late, and I'm sure any of you watching this video already know the information around this one. But as a quick summary, the Grinch leak is, in short, an allegedly leaked video showing the finished Everyone Is Here banner, which includes 7 as of yet revealed newcomers: Shadow the Hedgehog, Banjo-Kazooie, Isaac from Golden Sun, Gino, the Mock Rider, Ken, and the Chorus Kids. Each of the characters look like they have fully original designs, plus their positions in the banner shift some of the veterans around, just like every time we've seen an official newcomer reveal. More than that though, the selling point of this leak is the overall workspace shown. There's a blank version of the background, designs on how the banner would be implemented for promotional materials, and also possibly original promotional materials for the upcoming Grinch movie, which has helped name this the Grinch leak. Despite all that's been shown, there is still a debate about whether this is real or fake. If fake, not only would this be pretty well made, it's also very elaborate. A lot of planning would have had to go into it, but that's not to say it's impossible. After all, even if it's real, it was still made by people putting in the same amount of effort, so it really could go either way. As a general rule of thumb, given other alleged leaks we've seen, I myself am skeptic up until we see actual gameplay footage of obviously original characters fighting against established veterans. The Grinch leak has a lot going for it, but none of us can say with 100% certainty yet that it can't be fake, and other skeptics like me are questioning the validity of this one based on other assumptions. For one, the sheer amount of newcomers in this nearly equals the amount of newcomers we've already seen. Could there really be this many left to show off in this short amount of time? Additionally, the idea that this is the completed roster is somewhat contradictory to other sources we've heard. Namely that so many, and not just one, but so many people that have been connected to accurately leaking information during Smash 4 and Smash Ultimate are so certain that Incineroar is a newcomer. For me personally, these are people I trust wouldn't say something speculative, only with certainty. This has led into other debates than just if it's outright fake, like if this banner just isn't complete, or if Incineroar could be like a Gamatsu situation, or so many possibilities. The bottom line is, we just don't know yet. None of us do. I think the most important thing right now is to accept either outcome as a possibility. This has to either be real or fake, so don't try to put all your chips into just one basket. You never know if your beliefs are truly right or wrong. But enough about that, let's talk about the characters. Shadow has always seemed like one of the most obvious choices for an Echo. You're looking for characters with similar builds and similar abilities to another character already in the game that's also a reasonably popular character? Say no more, Shadow's got you covered. Banjo and Kazooie have been long-time desires of mine and many others. Some people will argue that, as far as third-party characters go, they aren't as iconic to gaming as a whole when compared to figures like Sonic, Mega Man, and Pac-Man, but that's not the point. Banjo and Kazooie are long-lost Nintendo mascots. I was so shocked as a kid when they weren't in Melee, and I want to see them finally make it. The reservation before was always about whether or not Nintendo and Microsoft could cooperate to make this happen, but that's looking like less and less of a problem as time goes by. Isaac has always been a popular Smash candidate as well. A lot of that comes from his abilities as a character. Between the earth manipulation, telekinesis, plant-based abilities, other psychic abilities, and summoning of magical creatures, Isaac has an arsenal that would be wholly unique to Smash Bros. Additionally, the Golden Sun games were a bit of a standout staple on the Game Boy Advance. I think Isaac would be an awesome addition. Ever since Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Gino has been a long sought-after Smash Bros. Character. How and why did that happen? Even I'm not sure. Here's a character that appeared in one, somewhat niche at the time, Mario game that somehow became one of the most prospective characters to become playable in Super Smash Bros. What I can say is that Super Mario RPG was one of the first official Mario things to establish a deeper lore in the Mushroom Kingdom, and Gino's presence, dialogue, and motivation as a character was a big hand in that. And, like Isaac, he has a lot to offer as a playable fighter with his plethora of puppet weapons and elaborate magic spells. The Mach Rider was brought up back in Melee as a potential unexpected choice, which ultimately resulted in the Ice Climbers becoming playable. I've always been interested in the concept of how Sakurai and the Smash team would implement a fully biker-themed character into Super Smash Bros., and if they keep up the tradition of bringing back classic characters, I think Mach Rider is a fine choice for Ultimate. Even more than Shadow, Ken seems like an obvious Echo. Here is the character that is almost literally the original fighting game Echo. The reference alone is worth it. And finally, the Chorus Kids. I think I've done plenty of videos already praising the heck out of Rhythm Heaven. I believe it's Nintendo's biggest modern franchise to not be represented in Super Smash Bros., and I'd love to see a playable character from it, both because I really like Rhythm Heaven, and because I think a musical or rhythmic fighter in Smash would be a fun concept. Most of you know I'm a bigger fan of Karate Joe since I see him as the true face of the series, but ultimately, it just comes down to showcasing the games as a whole, and Chorus Kids can do that just as well. I don't want to get too excited yet, because this is all unconfirmed and very possibly fake, but so many of these characters would be dreams come true. Even so, Ridley, Simon Belmont, King K. Rool, and every veteran returning each seem like miracles to me. No matter what happens, I can't possibly be disappointed, and I'm very much looking forward to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.